Coach Taylor, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate meeting you guys. Hey, guys. Hey, everybody. My name is Gary Reasons, and I am the proud host and executive producer of the FCS National Awards. I've been doing that for a number of years. I used to be just like you. I played FCS football. I played in Northwestern State way back in the 1980s. I had a really good run. I was a fourth-round draft pick by the New York Giants. I was our first ever three-time FCS All-American. So I've got a lot of history with the FCS, and I know what you guys go through on a daily basis, and I know what you guys got in your hearts and your dreams. And you can make those things happen. They all fell into place for me. I had a marvelous career and a great run. I was part of some tremendous teams at the New York Giants, and we had a couple of championships. I'm wearing a Super Bowl 25 ring, about a Super Bowl 21 ring. I got there in 1984. So it's been 40 years since I stepped on the field as a New York football Giant, starting that. Last weekend, I was honored in New York as one of the top 100 players of all time. I'm proud to say that and share with you all because your dreams can come true, and they can be far great things. I've got teammates that have gone on and been very successful out of college. One of my teammates from Northwestern State is now the CEO of FedEx. So really some good things can happen to you from being a part of football. Football, there's so many takeaways. And I wanted to share with you today some takeaways that I have of somebody you guys all know about. The guy who this center over here is named after. A man who really has garnered tremendous respect for his football career and really what he meant to a lot of people. That's Walter Payton. So I want to share with you a couple of things about Walter from my perspective as a guy who I competed against Walter, and I've knew Walter outside of the game. And I want to share a couple of things about that. So back in the 1980s, when the Giants we were getting really good in 1984, 85, 86, the Bears were really good as well, Chicago Bears, Walter being the leader of that team. And we played them in Chicago in the playoffs in 1985, and it was the coldest day ever, I would think, in Chicago football history. Just so many things to remember about that. But I tell you what I remember most about Walter is his competitiveness and how he approached the game. You look at me, I'm a big linebacker, 6'4", 250, okay? So I'm going around a sweep to my right, his left, and he's turning up the field, and I'm gonna make a simple inside-out tackle. It wasn't gonna be simple. Walter made sure that it wasn't simple. He lowered his shoulder into my chest, and I could feel the competitiveness of that man. And he did that every day, every play, all the time. The consistency of approach, the consistency of how he did things with his teammates, it exemplified who he was and who he was always going to be. And he was a very silent, calm leader. Let me tell you another story about Walter. In 1987, we had just won Super Bowl 21 in this 1986 season, the New York Giants. And 1987 was a strike. We went on strike to get better benefits and opportunities for players. We did not have free agency. It was a long way away from getting some of those things. I was the player rep of the New York Giants. And we had to go to Chicago to have a team meeting of all of our player reps. And so some of the Bears players attended, Walter included. So we were in discussions that Monday night, it was a Monday night football game, of how to go and play. They were playing a season of 4 games that these replacement players had played, and we were there talking about how are we going to get back to play or what are we going to do. And I remember having this conversation, and Walter and his teammates were sitting in the back of the room. The biggest takeaway about Walter from that was, here we have the top player in the league in everyone's mind, sitting there in the room with us. And he was with us. He was part of our team. Collectively, all players in the National Football League, he was part of our team. He wasn't out there on his own. He wasn't crossing the picket line. He was part of our team. That's a silent commitment. He actually said a few words in that meeting. He says, guys, I'm with you. That's all it needs to take. A couple minutes later, I stood up and I made a recommendation to create a way to get back to play, and we adopted it. And so that's a very, very poignant memory of a guy who has tremendous, he's at the toppest level in the National Football League, but he cared about every single one of you, every single one of the team, his teammates, and everywhere in the National Football League, all the players. So when you go about your business, how can you take some of that and put that in play for you? That's something that just think about a little bit. A couple of stories about Walter Payton that I wanted to share. I've been very fortunate to be able to present the FCS National Awards, and our namesakes are tremendous. We start with the Doris Robinson Award, which is a Scholar Athlete Award. We then have the Eddie Robinson Award, which is named after, obviously, the great Grambling legend coach, over 400 victories, and very, very deserved that we have that award. Then we have the Jerry Rice Award, best receiver in the NFL history, comes from the FCS ranks. All of these are HBCU guys. You're looking at this now. And then we have our Buck Buchanan Award winner, which is our Defensive Player of the Year. And obviously Buck had a great career at Grambling, and just a great player and well represented. But then we have our top award, the Walter Payton Award, which signifies the top player at the FCS level, mostly on the offensive side, but it could be a defensive player. And I have such pride in presenting those awards, and I've gotten such a relationship with some of the families and some of the family members. Jarrett Payton is a good friend of ours, good friend of the FCS National Awards, and really a part of that. So we have tried to grow the prominence of FCS football, first of all, at Stats Perform, and secondly, heighten the awareness across the country. We put that show on television after a number of years of me hosting and producing it, and it's gone very well. This season we have a new partner. It's Urban Edge Network, and they have the HBCU Plus games on their channel and their network, so they're partnering with us. And they've also brought to the fold, they wanted us to be able to present 2 special awards. Today I'm here to present the National Team of the Week Award to you guys because of your win last week and really how you've played. Coach, I wanted to share with you, I observe practices all over the country. And I see teams, and I know how to play, I know how to practice. You guys, you practice hard, you practice great. You keep everybody going, you keep everybody moving, you keep everybody doing something. It's not just your body you got to condition your mind, keeping those things active and going, and you guys are there. I see this team, you guys don't know how good you can be. There's so much talent here, so much ability. You guys have it. I see something special here. So, with no further ado, I appreciate you captains coming out here for us, and I wanted to present to you and Coach Taylor the HBCU Plus Stats Perform FCS National Team of the Week Award. Show it to them, guys. Let's hear it. Go Tigers! Woo! Thank you, guys. Best of luck to you. Coach, they're all yours.